everybody, it's Christina and thank you for joining me. Now, do you have a pair of old jeans that are no longer in use, maybe too tight or worn out in places? But you can make these into some really pretty flowers, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Now, I've cut my denim to fit my dies, and it doesn't matter what dies you've got, you can use them on your denim. Now, I have found that mine cut better if I add them to a metallic shim, and that way I can get a really good cut. Now, although the denim is the same, you can turn it over and you can create different patterns with it as you go along. So for these, I've just cut 3 pieces out and they can all be added together. This one is a spiral blossom and it's a rose, but it doesn't do very well with the denim, so I won't be using that on my cards. But that is this die. These are those dies. This is the die that twirls up, and this is another die that cuts the patterns for you. So try with any flower dies that you have. So these are the dies that I'm going to use, and I've started by cutting off part of the leg. Now, you only need one side of it, so cut down the seams. So this is the only bit that you need. As I said, I've used a metal shim. I've put my denim on the top, and I've put the dies that I want to use on top of that, and I've run that through my die cutting machine. Now, once that's been cut, these are the patterns that I will have, and these are the flowers that I can make with my dies. So I've cut quite a few so that I can add these to my project. Now, you can either do them all the same way, or you can do them alternate and make a really pretty pattern, or you can do them that way, and that's another pattern that you have. It's up to you. You can do with that now exactly what you want to do, but let's go ahead and add these to a card. So I've looked through all the blue card that I've got, and I need to decide which I'm going to use. Now, I think that's too dark because that just blends in with the denim, so they can go. That's a nice one. That's baby feet. That says baby boy. There's a spotted one, and there's a happy birthday one, or those 2 happy birthday ones, and that's a spotted one, and that's a wood grain one. So I need to decide now which I'm going to use for my card, and at the moment this baby boy one is favourites. So with my flowers cut, I have a 5x7 card, and I've got my baby boy card that's going to sit on there and leave just a small border around 4 sides. So just coming in from the side and up from the bottom, I'm making 2 little marks, and I'm going to cut that card out. So once that's cut, that leaves me just a small border around all 4 sides. Now, it's this piece that I'm going to work on, and with this I have some circular dies. So I'm going to place these dies. I'm not going to use all 3, I'm just going to use the smallest one, but I'll use these to show you what I mean. And I'm going to place them like so, all with this die. So once I've cut this out, don't throw away these extra pieces. These you can use on another project. So pop them to one side, and this we're going to add to some blue card, just so that it looks like this and the blue shows through the gap. Now, I'm adding this to this panel with some foam underneath it, just to raise it up a little bit from that base card. So we'll just pop that on there and make sure that nothing's showing from the sides. and if it is, we can just trim it off a little bit just to make sure that nothing does show through. So just angle your scissors underneath and cut that bit off. And that now can sit on the front of your card. Now you can add some faux stitching around the edge if you wish. You can do whatever you want. So we'll glue this to the front panel of the card. And that's now ready to decorate. Now with my circular dies, I've got them in 3 sizes, so I've taken these 2 and I've put them together and I've created frames, and they're going to sit around the circles that are on my card, like so. And then from some green card and some leaf dies, use any leaf dies that you have, I've cut myself some leaves. And they're going to sit under the flowers inside these circles. Now with some little gold strips, I'm just going to glue these in place between the baubles to make them look as if they're hanging. So we'll put one there, and we'll put another one down that side. And we've got one in the middle there to put those 2 together. There we are. Now once that's dry, we can trim that off, and then we can add in the rest of the decorations to the card. So now I'm going to add in the leaves along here and along there, and some there, and another one going up there at the top. And then on top of those I'm going to add the flowers. I have to decide what centre I'm putting into these flowers yet, but this is how they will sit. And at the bottom in navy blue card I've cut the word hello, and that's going to sit there. Now into the centre of these flowers I've found some really pretty diamante dazzlers, and they're going to sit in the middle there. Now that's a lovely card now for a new baby, and to get rid of all these glue strings I'm just going to give it a quick blast with the heat gun. So there's my card finished, and just to dress it up a little bit more I've added some small rosebuds and I've just glittered the edges of them. So there's a really pretty card now ready to send. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.